Today we are going to study the next lesson in Mona Brookes Drawing with Children. And that lesson involves a different animal, and we are going to do the Leo the lion lesson. So we're going to be drawing a very simplified lion today, made out of the elements of shape. Because we're drawing a lion, we get to decide where this lion is going to live, just like we did our bird. And lions have a really different environment than birds do, and so we're going to have a good time planning that out. Now, Mona Brookes chose the Leo the Lion lesson to start us in our next steps with learning the elements of shape. And it is actually an example from an illustration that is very old. It's on a tapestry, as you can see from the illustration. So I know that when we see animals that are in books or on advertisements or even on clothing, things like that, your imagination might be really sparked by the idea of being able to draw like the people have drawn in your book or on your t-shirt even, or on an advertisement on television. Well, this Leo the Lion is just like one of those. It's simplified into the basic shapes that make a lion's body and head and face. So we're going to do that lesson step by step, just like we did the bird. And you will be able to decide where your lion is, what colors you want to make your lion, whether you want your lion to be fantastic with colors and all sorts of things around him, or if you want it to be a very natural lion, like the one you might find in Africa. So let's get started with this Leo the Lion lesson from Mona Brookes Drawing with Children. Hey everybody, we are going to start Leo the Lion, and of course we have to have Tessa back with us. She is such a great helper for these videos. She helps you guys see what it's like to follow the directions and to not be the art teacher, but to be the art student. So Tessa helps us a lot. Thanks for being here, Tessa. So we're going to start the Leo the Lion instructions, and it is in the Mona Brookes Drawing with Children book. The page is, it starts on page 93, but you can see the picture of Leo the Lion on page 94 of Mona Brookes Drawing with Children, okay? And there are step-by-step instructions that we're going to follow starting on page 97, okay? So if you have the book, if you would turn to page 97, and that is where Tessa and I are going to start with our Leo the Lion drawing. All right, everyone, we are ready to start. Tessa has her white piece of paper here, and she's got a pencil, and she's got a pen, so you get to decide which one of those you want to use, Tessa, okay? Now on page 97 of your Drawing with Children, we've got our instructions. So I'm going to have the instructions here for Tessa, and she's going to draw Leo the Lion. Now make sure on your paper, we've got a nice big piece of paper here, but as you draw Leo the Lion, make sure that you don't make him too small. You know, we don't want him to be little bitty lion. Make sure that you give him enough room, but don't make him too big, or he's going to take over the whole paper and you won't be able to put him in a environment where he lives, okay? So on page 97, we see the list of instructions. So number 1, we're going to begin with the eyes. Okay, Tessa? Here we go. We're going to begin with the eyes. Place the eyes so there will be room for the large mane, the body, and the legs. Draw an oval dot for each one of the pupils. A curved line over and under each one of the dots to define the outer edge of the lids and tiny straight or curved lines for the eyelashes. Okay. When choosing the next thing to draw, try to build off of the part you just drew by drawing what touches it or what is the next closest thing. So in this case, the next thing would be the nose. Okay. So again, as you read the instructions, you'll see the illustration to each step is off to the side. So if the instructions seem confusing, you can always use the illustration to help you off to the side. You'll see that there is a dotted line for each step you need to do. And you can finish off the face with the mane at the end of this page. Good job, Tessa. Tessa's using the rollerball pen. She's being brave. No erasing for you. Making the face, and you connect it down to the left cheek. Good. All right. Let's do that mane. All the way around. All right, good job. So we have Tessa's lion face and mane. Now we'll stop our video here so you guys can work on Leo on your own, and we will pick back up when Leo is completed. All right, Tessa has finished Leo the lion, and she is starting to work on the background. Now I'm going to let Tessa work on her background on her own, and we will see what environment she chooses at the end of our video. But you guys can brainstorm and think about where you want to put your lion. And meanwhile, we're going to talk about an artist who loved drawing animals. Let's talk about Henri Rousseau. Henri Rousseau was from France. He loved to draw, but unlike many artists of that day, he did not go to school to study art. He didn't start painting until he was 40 years old. Rousseau is well known for his jungle scenes. His artwork is labeled as primitive or childlike because he painted objects a bit more simply than they are in real life. His trees and flowers are made of simpler shapes. They have less shading and overlapping than the actual plants do. Rousseau painted many exotic places, plants and animals, although he had never been to the jungle. He loved the botanical gardens in Paris and visited them often. He loved putting the animals and plants together to create faraway places. Notice how he places the monkeys and tigers in their natural habitat. Notice the many different types of plants and how the animals are interacting with their surroundings. Notice how the plants and animals use the elements of shape to form them. Curved lines, angled lines, straight lines, circles, and dots. Let's use Henri Rousseau's great example of animals and their environments to create our own drawings using Leo the lion. Think of where you would like to put him. Where does he live? Here's Tessa's finished drawing of her Leo the lion. She decided to put her lion in the zoo. He's got big chunks of meat to eat. There's people watching him eat his lunch. There's an environment around him of trees and a big pool of water. And behind him you can see the snake cage. So Tessa decided on a environment that would be in the middle of a city, not necessarily in a jungle like Henri Rousseau. But I think her decisions are very creative. So think of where you want to put your Leo the lion and make it as original as you can. Hi everyone, and we are back. We're going to do Leo the Lion, and we have to have Tessa with us to do Leo the Lion because she is our great example here. Oh, Tessa, I love you. Hey, thank you for helping me with my video.